Yo guys, back again, Bullseye Bobby with another Smackdown review. I didn't watch the show, just because of, thing is, unlike Raw, it's not live, and it's, in the UK anyway, it's played on a, Friday night. So what I usually do is, if I don't stay up and watch it online, I'll just watch the highlights and then make a review. So that's pretty much what I did. I just watched bits of the match, but to kick off the show. Oh well, first before I get to the show, it seemed like it was an okay show. They had a lot of their main stars missing, to be honest. But I think considering who wasn't there, I think they made the best out of what they had. But yeah, to begin the show, we had Chris Jericho versus AJ Styles. Jericho came out and cut a promo about Styles to begin the show, just basically saying, this thing about, is he great? Jericho's been, doing his homework on him and blah blah blah. So then, they start their match off and the social outcasts interrupt. They interrupt the match and, for some odd reason, I don't know why though, but they start going, they start saying some really weird stuff. Like Adam Rose is the weirdest one out of all of them by far. That basically, it just leads into a tag team match. So it's Jericho and Styles versus Rose and Axel. I'd much rather see Heath Slater fight, but yeah, they've been going with Rose and Axel recently. And so basically, it was an okay tag team match. It wasn't anything amazing, but it wasn't bad or anything. And it ended with Styles doing that way he does that move off the top rope, where he leaps in the air and like a flying punch hits that to Rose. 1, 2, 3. So Jericho and Styles get the win. While also announced that they'll be facing off again in the main event. So yeah, good opening way to start the show, I think. After that, we had the Dudley Boyz who came to the ring and basically showed highlights of them basically turning heel on Monday Night Raw when they attacked the Usos afterwards. I think it opens the tag team division up a lot better with the Dudleys being heels, because now at least you've got the New Day, the Dudleys, who I think their characters just suit a lot better to be heels. And then you can have the Usos as faces, and I'm just praying for WWE to bring up Enzo and Big Cass from NXT, because they're the most ready tag team to come up, and there's really nothing there for them to do in NXT now. They've done everything they need, because I don't see them fighting for the NXT tag team belts at NXT TakeOver Dallas. So I think they should be promoted to the main roster, and that way NXT can have a few other tag teams go for the tag team belts in NXT basically. So hopefully they would get promoted to the main roster, because that way you wouldn't have too many faces or too many heel tag teams. You'd even it out pretty well. So but they came out, showed highlights of their heel turn, and basically announced the end of tables. So they won't be using tables or anything like that again. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, I wasn't too interested in it, to be honest. But yeah. Then we had a backstage segment from earlier in the day where Goldust was trying to recruit R-Truth again. I do think at some point Goldust will recruit R-Truth and they will become a tag team. I think it'll just be a hilarious one, but it could also be really good. Because R-Truth and Goldust, over their careers, they've been in some big matches, to be honest. I know now they've got really gimmicky, jokey characters, but it's not like they've never done anything. They've been in some big matches in the past. So if WWE really wanted to get it right, they really could pull it off with those two, because they make the crowd laugh. I mean, they're good enough in the ring. So yeah, I think it could work, but we'll see how that one goes. Then we had Sasha Banks defeat Naomi. So happy about that. I love Sasha Banks. I love Becky Lynch. She was at ringside. Obviously at Fastlane they've got Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch versus Naomi and Tamina. But the match was pretty decent actually. You had Becky Lynch on commentary, Tamina at ringside, and obviously the match that was going on at the same time. And a bit like on Raw, but just total opposites. This time Becky Lynch and Tamina got involved outside the ring. Tamina got the upper hand, but Sasha came back and she hit Tamina with a kick that kicked her off the chair, and it looked so vicious. The kick, it was amazing. It just looked like it completely took her head off. it was brilliant. And yeah, and then Sasha Banks ended up getting the win with the bank statement, which I love that move. So that was great. I'm glad Sasha got the win, because on Monday obviously Tamina got the win over Becky, so I'm glad that Becky or Sasha got the win, but in this case Sasha. So it was a good match as well. I enjoyed it. So then AJ Styles cut a promo before the match against Jericho, a bit like what Jericho did earlier on in the show. Then we had the Wyatt family come out. Wyatt family came out and basically just kind of said that they were like the titans of WWE, and it was just like your normal Bray Wyatt. It wasn't boring or anything, but it was your normal type of Wyatt family type of promo, I guess. So I mean, I just think with so many stars not there, WWE didn't really have anything for the Wyatt family to do except have them do a promo. So I mean, there really isn't anyone for Bray Wyatt to wrestle. I'm really starting to get sick of him being put in matches with Kane, Ryback, all this type of stuff. Because Bray Wyatt's going to have a big match at WrestleMania. So I just don't know why they're feeding him matches that are doing nothing for him really. So hopefully WWE can start Bray Wyatt's road to WrestleMania soon, because they've got a few superstars who are going to have a big role to play at WrestleMania. But they're not building towards, because some rivalries, it's different. A lot of people think that you either need a lot of time to build a good rivalry or you don't need much time. It's different depending on the type of rivalry and type of wrestlers you're having in that rivalry. Some will be amazing if they're a long rivalry. Some can be built up over 2 weeks and it'd be as good. Like Undertaker, John Cena. The hope is that John Cena will still make it, which I honestly believe he will. He probably won't be 100%, but that's still better than any other superstar to go up against The Undertaker. And that match sells itself on 2-3 weeks of just making promos, because neither would wrestle. Just 2-3 weeks of promos, building it up. The match at WrestleMania is done. It's set up perfect. Whereas, I don't know, if you were doing like an Intercontinental title match between Dean Ambrose versus AJ Styles, Dean Ambrose versus Chris Jericho, or even Dean Ambrose versus Brock Lesnar, I think that would be a longer rivalry with obviously some wrestling involved and a lot more action, and that would go really well over a longer period. So it's different. It varies a lot on the wrestler and the type of rivalry you want, really. So, but I hope they get something going with Bray Wyatt soon, because just the same old promo, it's not boring yet, but it could become, unless he's got someone who's there to really challenge him. So then we had Neville and the Lucha Dragons defeat Stardust and the Ascension. Since WWE's done nothing with Stardust, I mean, I hate the fact that he's Stardust. He should be Cody Rhodes, and they've done nothing with the Ascension. I really don't care for them at all, really. I really like the Lucha Dragons, especially Kalisto. I like Neville as well, so that was great. And Neville and the Lucha Dragons got the win, so that was good. I knew they were going to get the win. And then we had the main event, which was Chris Jericho, Y2J versus the Phenomenal One, AJ Styles. Best match of the night. I did actually watch the whole match of this. There was no way I'm missing Chris Jericho versus AJ Styles, not in God's name. I've wanted that match for years. I've wanted AJ Styles versus a lot of people for years, and that match, it was better than their Raw encounter in my opinion, because obviously they knew each other a lot better in the ring now. Amazing match, especially for SmackDown, guys. That was amazing. So we should actually, for once, we should be lucky that WWE's done something like that, because they don't do that often. Insane match, amazing, and the winner ended up being Chris Jericho, which I thought would happen. I thought he would get the upper hand on AJ Styles this time around, and he beat AJ Styles with the code breaker. Hit the code breaker, 1, 2, 3. Chris Jericho walks out on top on this episode of SmackDown. So yeah, good show overall, I think, considering there was no Brock Lesnar, no Dean Ambrose, no Roman Reigns, or New Day. So I think they did really well, considering they didn't have that star power there. So yeah, that was my SmackDown review, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.